Good morning, students. Myself Sridevi Rao will be starting with the third lesson today. We have already learnt about the first lesson and poem we have finished. We are going to start with the third lesson, The Mountain That Ate People. Okay, this is the lesson, The Mountain That Ate People. You can see those who have textbook, you can take your textbook and see. Okay, this is the lesson, The Mountain That Ate People. Okay, the author of the lesson is Hema Pandey. Okay, who's the author? Hema Pandey. Hema Pandey was born in 1928. Is the author of children's. She is the author of children's book. Her best known for a translation of Japanese folk tales, which have been published in many anthologies. So she is a author for writing children's story, and many of the stories are translation of Japanese folk tales. Okay. In this story, the main characters are feudal lord, young farmer, and farmer's old mother. Feudal lord means the landlord, young farmer, and farmer's old mother. Do you all like your grandparents' children? Yes, all of you all will tell you like your grandparents. They are wise, they have lot of experience. You can get advice from your grandparents. Same way in this story also, it is mainly based. It is on this grandmother. This story is of the grandmother, old mother, farmer's old mother, who is very wise. Okay. Now there is the feudal lord, young farmer, and farmer's old mother. You can see the dress of this old mother. We can make out it is a Japanese story. Okay, from her dress itself we can see that she is a Japanese old mother. Okay, before we start reading the lesson, let me give some hard words meaning and frame sentence. See, this is the mountain, children, which is the mountain that ate people. Okay, this is the high mountain, which is called as the mountain that ate people. So we let us frame some sentences. Nuisance. Nuisance means inconvenience. Our next house neighbor is a nuisance to my family. Disturbance or inconvenience. Nuisance means disturbance or inconvenience. Our next house neighbor is a nuisance to my family. Jubilant. Jubilant means I am jubilant to learn that my sister got first rank in the class. Jubilant means very happy. Okay, extremely happy. You tell it as jubilant. I am jubilant to learn that my sister got first rank in the class. Okay, dumbfounded. That is also very happy and shocking. The doctors were dumbfounded when the patient survived. Very happy. Due to happy, they are shocked. Petrified means very frightened. I've always been petrified of being alone. Okay, petrified means frightening, being frightened. Now we have seen the author, we have read the name of the lesson, we saw the characters. Now let us read the lesson and learn the story of it. Okay. Long ago in Japan, there was a small state ruled by a young feudal lord who hated old people. What a great nuisance these old folks are, he cried. They can neither work nor think, are utterly useless, and should all die after they are 61. So he issued a decree and threatened that whoever broke it would be punished most severely. Oh, what a cruel feudal lord he was! How his people feared him! The terrified people, weeping and sorrowful, were forced to take their old parents when they became 61 to the dense forest on the high mountain near the city and leave them in the cold and rain at the mercy of wild animals. So, this mountain came to be known as the mountain that ate people. Okay, first I will read one paragraph and I will explain. So, the story is long ago in Japan, there was a small state ruled by who? A feudal lord, a young landlord. He did not like old people. He was telling that old people are great nuisance. They were lot of disturbance, and they were not able to work or think, and they are useless. And he said that they should all die at the age of 61. And he issued a decree. Decree means official order. Okay, that who, and if they that all people that after 60, when they come to 61-year old, they have to die, and if they break this rule, they will be severely punished. He was such a cruel lord, and all the people were frightened of him. And nobody was willing to take their mothers or father, the old people, to the mountain, but they were forced to take, when they become 61, to the dense forest, and leave them in their cold and rain at the mercy of wild animals. So the wild animals were there in the forest. They had to leave their old parents over there. And what happened to them? They used to die because the wild animals used to eat them. So that's why the mountain was called known as the mountain that ate people. Okay, so he was such a cruel lord, and he made the rule that nobody, no parent, grandparent, nobody should be alive after the age of 61. Okay, now soon there were hardly any old people left, and the feudal lord was jubilant. Now my state will surely prosper. We are all young and energetic, and have no aged folk to hinder and trouble. Now there was a farmer who lived with his mother, and loving and dearly, never did anything without her advice. But alas, everyone grows old with time. Soon his mother too turned 61, and since they had lived in the village all their lives, it was impossible to hide her age. How terribly upset the poor farmer was. Even at night, he tossed and turned, unable to sleep with worry and fear. Till one day, the mother called him and said, "Son, I am now 61." Okay. Soon, what happened? There were no old people in the place. All were very young, only young people were there, and he was telling there was nobody to trouble him. And in that village, who lived? A farmer. He was living with his mother, and he used to love his mother so much. He never used to do any work without asking her advice. But his mother also became 61. She turned 61, and she was so worried. She was not worried, but farmer was worried because they were living in the same village. They could not hide her age. All came to know that she was turning 61, but at night he could not sleep. He was turning and tossing, unable to sleep with worry and fear. Then one day his mother called him and said, "Son, now she was 61." So he was worried for that. Okay, "Please take me quickly to the mountain and leave me there." Okay, the longer you delay, the more miserable you shall be, and the heartless Lord will punish you fearfully. Don't be sad for me, since we must all die some day. "Oh, mother, forgive me," sobbed the unhappy man. "I cannot do this." But because of her insistence, he agreed to take her at last. Since she was unable to go up by herself, he took her up on his back, and with tears trickling down his face, climbed up silently and slowly. Their narrow path wound up through dark and desolate forests. Gradually, even the trail could hardly be seen in the falling dusk. The farmer had to part the tall grasses and lift the overhanging foliage as he climbed higher and higher. Crack! Suddenly, the old mother, perched on his back, broke off a twig from a tree. Okay, so they started walking. The mother could not walk on her own, so he carried his mother, and he was started walking up the mountain. And he's telling, mother is telling, one day or the other you have to leave me on the mountain, so don't get worried, you on the leave me in the mountain. So farmer was worried, but still he, because his mother was insisting him so much, he had to take her to the mountain. In his but his he was weeping, crying so much, but still he carried his, she could not walk on her own. He carried her on his back, and he walked through the mountain. And it was so dense forest, there was only a narrow path for them to walk through the forest. As they walked, it was going to be dark. Okay, the farmer, what did they do? They had to cut apart, they had to move apart the tall grasses and the overhanging foliage. The leaves were hanging, the leaves of the plants were hanging. They had to clear that, and they had to go higher and higher. On the way, what did she do? She cracked, the mother cracked. Suddenly the old mother perched on his back, broke off a twig from the tree. Okay, what did she do? She broke a twig from the tree and she dropped it down. Hardly had the farmer taken a few steps more, then crack, she broke another. Then crack, crack. The puzzled young farmer stopped. Mother, why are you breaking so many twigs? He asked. I am breaking and throwing them down, replied the mother calmly. I know that I will not be alive by tomorrow, but it will be extremely dangerous if you lose your way returning home. See, his mother was so affectionate and loving. She was caring for him so much. So, what did she do? She was breaking the twigs and dropping them on the way. Farmer stopped and asked, Mother, why were you doing this? Then she was saying, because she is going to die. The next day she will not be alive. But the farmer had to return home. But if he loses his way, it would be very difficult for him to come back. So, to know his fate, his mother was dropping all the twigs on the narrow path of the forest. See this picture? You can see, children, how he is carrying his mother on the back. Okay? Now, just now it's dark, but when the moon rises, you will find your way back safely, following these twigs through this dismal forest. Hearing her loving words, the farmer wept bitterly, and he helped her down to the stony ground. Mother, mother, he cried, even at such a terrible time as now, how can you still think of me, even though I am carrying you to your death? He sobbed. Sobbed means cried. There is nothing strange about my thoughts, smiled the mother gently. I was so joyful when you were born and never minded any hardships to bring you up, my son. It's very natural for me to care and think of you. Never, never will I leave you, mother, in this dreadful place, cried the farmer. I will gladly accept any punishment from the feudal lord rather than let you die here. And he picked his mother up again. So both of them returned down the mountain that ate people and quietly hid among the bushes on the edge of the forest. When the entire village was fast asleep, they crept back stealthily to their little home. Stealthily to their little home. Okay. Now what happened? It was getting dark, and they had to come down. So when hearing this, the mother was dropping the twigs just for him to come back home. The farmer was so much worried, and he did not want to leave his mother in the mountain. He told he was ready to get any punishment from the feudal lord. So the mother was telling, it was not strange. Farmer is asking, he was carrying his mother to the death, but still the mother was thinking of the farmer. Then the mother was telling, this is not anything great. Every mother will do some such sacrifice for their children. They are happy to help their children. It's not, it is very natural to take care of their own child. So saying, so after hearing this, the farmer said he will not leave his mother. He was ready to take punishment from the feudal lord. So he picked his mother up again, and they both returned back to they came down the mountain, and they quietly hid near the bushes at the edge of the forest. When the entire village was fast asleep, they crept back stealthily to their little home. They came back, crept slowly into their house. Okay, children. So I will revise what we have learned. So we saw the story of the feudal lord, how he is so cruel, and he did not want the old people in the place. So what did the farmer do when his mother was 61? As she was insisting, he took her on his back, and on the way, what did the mother do? She started breaking the twigs and dropping them in the mountain, on the dense forest. When he asked, she told because he had to come back to the village to his house, and it was very dangerous for him if he loses his way in that forest. So she dropped all the twigs for him to find his way back. Hearing this, the farmer was very, very sad, and he did not want to leave his mother in the forest. So he told he was ready to take any punishment from the feudal lord. Okay, feudal lord was very, very cruel. He was giving a lot of punishment, and he is told he was ready to take any punishment for the sake of his mother. So what did they do? So they came down quietly and returned down the mountain. Okay, the mountain was called what? The mountain that ate people. They came down the mountain, and they quietly hid among the bushes. Okay, in the edge of the forest, they hid in the bushes, and when the entire village was fast asleep, they came back to their house. Okay, so we read a story. It was nice, such a nice story out of a farmer and the old mother. How the farmer liked his old mother, and the mother, the love for his child. You can see the mother, how she loved her child. The farmer so much so she did not want him to suffer. So she put the twigs down so that he could come down to his house without any problem. So children, we read only half the lesson. I will continue the lesson in the next period. Till then, those who have your textbook, go through the textbook, underline the hard words, read your textbook thoroughly, and keep it ready. So we will continue the same interesting story in the next video. Okay children, Sai Ram, thank you.